What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel. And I decided to throw a CPU mining Verus coin. So previously I had just been doing it on cell phones, but I was like, I got my laptop right here. Sorry, there's somebody driving by. It's super loud. I got my laptop right here. Let's throw it on and see what it'll do. So let me turn this around and show you guys reference what we got. All right, so this is my laptop. It's super dusty. I don't actually touch it. I have it all plugged into a monitor over here. It is a i7-10750H. Not a super high end, but it's a pretty decent computer. It is a, 6-core, 12-thread. And I am using the CPU only CC miner for Verus hash. And I'll put this link down below in the description. There's a couple other miners if you want to try those. But I'm using the, boom, there it is, the CC miner. And I've left this up and running. And the thing I like about this is it only uses about 50 to 60% of my overall cores. It does spike up there every now and then, but I can still use my computer. Like I can watch videos, it doesn't get glitchy or anything like that. And it just still mines. Every now and then we still have a rejected share. But if we go over to Luck Pool, let's refresh this, and the laptop bounces between 3 to 5 mega hash, which that's not great, but it is something. The Flip 2, right now it's low. Wonder, is there any way to see like averages? Maybe not. But yeah, so my combined is 5.3. You'll notice the Note 5 is off. I need to dial the cores down on that. But yeah, so Intel's never been great for CPU mining. I do have some AMD computers, and I'm gonna bring my old AMD desktop up here and see how that'll mine. So is this efficient? No. It's actually much more efficient to mine on cell phones than it is on an Intel i7-10750. But it doesn't get hot and it still lets me use it, so I don't know if it's actually pulling much more power from the wall. That could be a good test, because I leave this computer running, and if it's not, I mean, it is pulling more, because normally these cores are not being utilized like that. But going over here, changing gears, my Note 5, let me restart it. This thing keeps overheating. I had it down to 6 cores. I guess I'll turn it down to 4 cores now, which is a shame because I don't know how to remove this back cover without ruining the phone, because it's like made into it. Some people are like, oh, epoxy heat sinks and all that kind of stuff, or put some active air over it. I think I'm gonna end up, I'm putting insulation in here, so I need to go ahead and insulate these 2 walls, and I want to put up some pegboard. That way I can like put some mount points and maybe hang the phones up and start blowing air across them. Because right now they're just kind of laying out, and I feel like maybe if they were up and I have a fan blowing on all of them, that would help, and then I could crank the cores back up. It doesn't help also that this area is not an air-conditioned space. So during the day, it gets up to, around 90 plus degrees Fahrenheit ambient temperature in here. That probably does not help anything. So that stinks. But coming into the wintertime, it'll definitely cool off in here, and I think we could benefit from a little cooler weather. As for the Flip, so we're mining at 3 mega hash right now on 6 cores, and temperature is 34 Celsius. So I think it's pretty happy mining on just 6 cores out of the 8 until I can figure out a better cooling situation. There we go. So right now we're at 3.8 mega hash on the Intel CPU, and I was kind of trying to think of a way to like document each phone and what mega hash, and I think probably a really good way to do it is I break it down to 1 core and be like, oh, this phone on 1 core does this, but it has 8 cores. So if you can keep it cool, it could potentially do, you know, this. Same with, you know, like the Note 5 and so on. So I may end up keeping a chart like that, and maybe if I can get information from you guys, we could all help fill it out, and that'd be kind of cool, because I do some research online, and people are like, oh man, I get 9 mega hash on my phone, and I'm just like, I don't know if I believe that or not. You know what I mean? It's just, sometimes people like to inflate their numbers. And it is what it is. I'm not going to say they're lying, but seeing is believing. So anyway, guys, I want to thank y'all for coming out and just trying to keep up with the daily grind. Let me flip this around one more time so I can talk to y'all. All right, so I did have a couple of people ask about the computer shop, and basically I was going to go into that, and it doesn't need its own video, so I'll just put it at the end of this video. The computer shop is put on hold, a temporary hold. I just heard back from some other property management places, and they're actually, I'm trying to find somewhere closer. The location that I originally had was not far. It was a really good price, had really, really good like foot traffic and car traffic, but there was an issue, and when the buildings got put up, anyway, nobody's renting those places. The buildings are actually gonna have to get taken down. So that's unfortunate. I mean, if he still gives me the opportunity, but I'd probably want to get something up and running by like this winter time, because I work in construction. I own my own little construction company, and in the winter time I always get super slow. So that'd be a good opportunity for me to expand and maybe try a little computer shop. And I did have some other questions. People are going to be like, or people are asking like, what are you going to be offering? And you know, odds and ends, used parts, might do a little bit of buy here, buy, sell, trade, all that kind of stuff. You bring something in, I might give you some trade value on it if I want it, that kind of thing. I'm not super nailed down on everything. I definitely want to keep selling builds, custom builds, beginner builds, entry-level builds. Want to do some basic repairs. If you got an issue, you bring it in. If it's something that, you know, I can troubleshoot and diagnose, then I'd absolutely, you know, help some people out with it and make a little bit of money in the meantime. Not trying to get rich by any means, but I really do look forward to taking one of my passions, which is computers and hardware. I love computers and hardware. Software has always been one of those things, like I you know, you got to deal with it, but hands-on, physically, like putting them together, I always love doing that. So being able to take one of those passions and have my own little store or my own little space is just awesome to me. I'd love to do some kind of events and get people out and do some giveaways and all that kind of stuff, but I know that's just so far off. I got to get the basics first, but we'll get there. I know we will. And I'd love to bring you guys along for the ride. So not only do we do some mining content and some crypto content on here, but I want to basically use this channel also to show the computer shop behind the scenes, everything from getting the place up and running, assembling everything, maybe some day-to-day interactions. When people bring computers in, be like, you know, oh, we got this computer in, it's showing these symptoms, and if I'm able to fix it, if I'm not able to fix it, because you guys are a lot of help, honestly. There's definitely been times I've ran into issues, and the comment section has helped me out big time. So I don't want to draw this out any longer than it is, but if you guys have any recommendations, that kind of thing, I'd love to hear them. So I think it's a good direction for this YouTube channel to go into, not really taking away anything, just adding. It enables me to have a lot more genuine content. It's nothing I have to I don't have to beat a dead horse, so to speak, because I feel like sometimes in crypto we are beating a dead horse. But it'll be genuine. I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to get a place up and running and get a store. I don't even want it to be like fancy or anything. I want it to be super simple. Like, you walk in, there's a couple desks along the walls, there's a couple computers set up that are literally, you can go try them out, they're ready to go, or you can buy them if you want to, and then maybe like, you know, a display case, have some graphics cards, new, used, have like a workbench in the back, and maybe some TVs on the walls, and just something chill. Maybe, you know, have some consoles so we can, you know, a couch in there, hang out, play some games. I kind of really want it to be like a catch-all space. And then I'll also be able to do my office work for my construction company there, because, you know, I can basically just kill time there. And if I get a place that's close enough to my house, I can just run down there, spend the day at the office, no big deal, run back, and keep it super low overhead. That's kind of my goal here, because a lot of people are like, oh man, you got to be careful, you know, hiring a bunch of employees, you got all this overhead, you got all this inventory overhead. I don't want to go out and buy a bunch of inventory. I have a ton of used old mining hardware inventory. I'm obviously going to be very upfront about people about, like, you know, this was used. I'm not going to try to sell used stuff for new. I don't want to be scummy like that. But I want to enable people to have a computer shop, a local computer shop. And it's been a while since we've had one of those. Like, it's been years and years since there's been a local computer shop that's not just like an office computer place, or like a Best Buy or this or that. I just want to make a space where people can come in, and heck, even if they don't have anything they want to buy, sell, or trade, they can just come in, bounce some ideas off of me, talk, hang out, look at some stuff, and then head out. Yeah, I'm pumped about it. I don't know if you guys can tell, but anyway, if you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. Other than that, peace. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm really I'm feeling this. I think this is gonna be good. Definitely. All right, later, guys.